Hey, I'm down here in my backyard range today, and as everyone who's been following my channel knows, I've been playing around a little bit with the 7.5 Burno round. Well, one of its great claims to fame is some people say it will penetrate level 3A body armor, which isn't really that hard to believe, but I wanted to see for myself how it does. And I also wanted to see how it compares to 357 Magnum and 44 Magnum when it comes to getting through level 3 body armor. As you can see here, I have a plate of level 3A body armor that is set to expire next year. Now, you won't see me do this very often because I don't get these free like a lot of channels do. I'm actually shooting my own stuff here. But since this needs to be replaced soon anyway, I'm going to go ahead and shoot it. And this bag of Quikrete here has very graciously volunteered in the name of science to hold the pad for me. So let's fire a few rounds at it and let's see what happens. Okay, first, the 7.5 Burno with the proprietary 7.5 Burno rounds. All right, here's the little hole from the FK Burno. It looks like it went right through, but we'll see here in a few minutes once we finish shooting the others. Let's shoot 357 Magnum and then 44 Magnum. All right, next, 357 Magnum shooting 140 grain Underwood Extreme Penetrators lead-free rounds. All right, there is the hole for the 357 Magnum. As you can see, looks like it went right through also, and left a little bit bigger hole. So now we just need to shoot the 44 Magnum and see how that does. Okay, finally, 44 Magnum loaded with 200 grain Underwood Extreme Penetrator lead-free rounds. All right, there's the 44 Magnum hole, which also looks like it penetrated with no problem, but it's a little close to the 357 Magnum hole, so I want to shoot again just to make sure it wasn't because that 357 Magnum weakened that area a little bit. All right, one more time with the 44. Okay, that should give me what I need. I hit right where I wanted with that one. So let's take a closer look at the actual pad and see how much damage it did to the bag of Quikrete behind and see if any of them actually penetrated the Quikrete. Okay, as we can see, all the rounds, the 7.5 Burno, the 357 Magnum, and both 44s penetrated all the way through. This left a nice clean hole. The 357 Magnum left a similar hole to the 7.5 Burno, but the 44 Magnum just left devastation in its wake, shoved a lot of the fibers in through, etc. That would be pretty nasty. The bag looks like all the rounds penetrated into the Quikrete, especially the 44 Magnum here blew a big chunk out of it, but the 7.5, that's not shabby right there. Let's look at the back of it now and see if any of them went all the way through. Okay, looking at the back here, only one round penetrated all the way through. So I should be able to recover the bullets in the bag for every round except for the 357 Magnum. It appears to have gone completely through the Quikrete bag also. So let me tear this thing apart and see if I can find the 7.5 round and the 244 Magnum rounds inside the bag. All right, as you can see, I have recovered the 3 rounds, so let's take a quick look at them here. The 44 mag looks about like what you would expect, just a little bit of deformation from the rocks and stuff, but held together pretty well. Now the 7.5 Burno performed pretty much like I thought it would. The petals seem to have expanded and broken off, but that front, I hope you can see it there, looks like it's awfully flattened out. So I wondered, did it hit something hard? So I wanted to test something here. I decided I was going to shoot another 357 Magnum through a bag of Quikrete, which I have down here for my 357 SIG testing I'm going to be doing here, which you'll see later. So I wanted to see how a 357 Magnum would do on a second try to see if it would still penetrate. And here is that 357 Magnum round, and it did not penetrate. And if you look at the front of it, it's very flattened out also. So I think it hit a rock as well. And that's one of the things you got to take into account when you do these kind of tests. It's not all equal. Some places there's a big rock. Some places there's not. It's like if you throw two guns in the mud. One of them might get something in a crucial spot. One of them might not. Doesn't prove anything at all. So keep that in mind when we're talking about which ones penetrated the bag. That really doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. Just something to look at, because as you can see here, sometimes 357 Magnum will go through and sometimes it won't. So I'd have to say probably the same thing is true here for the 7.5 Burno. All right, once again, at the end of the day, I'm going to have to say that 7.5 Burno round performed exactly as advertised. It went right through that armor. It was a well-performing round. It's done well in every test I've given it so far. So I'm going to have to say, someday, if this round becomes more available, and you could get more guns in it, it has the potential to be a great round. It could probably even be the gold standard of carry rounds that combine near 357 Magnum levels power with capacity. But right now, it's not available in a lot of guns, and it's only available from one manufacturer. So right now, it's just really cool. It's not, you know, important or game-changing until it becomes more prevalent in the market. Because for now, when you look at the round itself, it is harder to find, it's more expensive, and all of those things. And plus, performance-wise still, when you look at it just based on penetration, power, etc., it's still, even though it is probably the best, or at least one of the best semi-automatic rounds I've ever tested, it still falls a little short punch-wise when you compare it to rounds like 44 Magnum, and it really falls short when you compare it as far as being the gold standard of carry rounds, when you compare it to a good old-fashioned 357 mag revolver. I said, go on, head back up. I'm shooting.
I know, I gotta head back up. Or I gotta back up this hill.
Yeah, back up it.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Hurry up. I got to film here. I don't need you in the background. I would just try to do a three-point turn. Just do a three-point turn. You have plenty of room. Don't drive down the hill. Remember, there's a ledge right there, cliff. Although it would be kind of funny to watch you roll down the hill. Let me turn the camera around if you're going to do that, though. All right, there are squirrels all over here. There are about a dozen of them running around in this tree right now. They seem to be coming from that hollow up there. They are so adorable. I can't believe rednecks eat these things. There they go, a couple of them racing down. Like I said, can't believe rednecks eat these things. They're so cute. But, you know, if I was hungry and my family was hungry, as cute as they are, they'd still look better in a pot, so I can't say too much. But it is hard to get filming done out here when you got nature all around you. Hey, this is the Yankee Marshal, just reminding everyone out there that if you disagree with anything I say in any one of my videos, be it something political or tactical, I am going to give you the opportunity to come talk to me face to face instead of just having to put stuff in comment sections where someone might not even read them. You can come in one of my live chats and tell me off in person. You just have to send an email to shootingleftofcenter@gmail.com, and in the subject line of that video put slap the yank, and then I will get back with you and set up a time where you can come in one of the live chats and tell me off face to face.